Hey, it's Wrestling Hero Figs. We're going to be looking at some brand new customs, fix-ups, figure clothing, and the Ultimate Farmer. Who wants to see this? Drop a like if you guys want the Beastie Boy to make a return in an Ultimate Edition format. I know we've been talking about this, you guys, but it's time that it needs to get leveled up, and that's exactly what happened here. If you guys saw some of my prior videos, you'll know that a lot of this has gone down, except the edition. It's happening right now, and that, of course, being with 1A, obviously, Jay Reigns Customs. That's the guy that ended up making the head scan for this. As far as the shirt, this is an old Trevor Murdoch Jax figure. Now, as far as like what we're seeing right here with the overalls, this is the first time that we're seeing this, and I think the best figure, really the only figure that has ever brought the suspender look within the figure line, that is going to be your boy Hillbilly Jim. And the title, well, that's optional. You know, if you want to make him the Universal Champion, maybe the WWE Champion, or how about this? He can be undisputed, he can bring both titles, and he can bring the ho, 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 Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah. So what'd we do this year around, right? Big Show, that was the man last year. This year, it's gonna be your boy Otis. What better character than to bring Otis? If you guys see him growing a beard here in the next couple of weeks, just know that something is in the works. After all, we do need a Jolly St. Nick to represent the company. And one way he could do, right, he could come down the chimney. He says, I got your gifts, I got your presents. And then Big Show ends up showing up. And then Hillbilly ends up showing up. It's like, dude, what the hell are you guys doing with all my clothes? I'll tell you one thing we're not doing is not giving it back to you here. So this is the Hillbilly Jim from the Legends line that you will need in order to get that Ultimate Farmer. I love this, you guys. I cannot tell you how much this year is going to do for the whole setup of it all. Christmas this year is going to be extra special. Beast from the East, and we got Otis. Yeah, all we need is the Christmas tree. We need some presents. Big Show, if you don't mind, take your jingle all the way ass back home, because Otis is going to be the Santa Claus this year. And it has been. Think about the years prior, right? We've had Mick Foley, Big Show. I know that was in movie format, but Otis, what better character? Now, Jeff Hardy. Here's one thing we wanted to talk about. We want to do two different things with Jeff Hardy today. One, I want to get some arm swappies. I do have another Ultimate Edition that I didn't end up ordering, so I want to get that converted onto a shirtless, except instead of the Ultimate Edition torso, it's going to be an Elite style. And then the shirt. That's another thing I wanted to check out. How is it going to sit on a Jeff Hardy current gear? Now, you could also utilize this. I saw this in the community. People were putting this on like Matt Hardy figures, early Ruthless, give or take, Attitude Era. So this shirt could be applied really on so many different styles. So I just wanted to give you something from current, so that way you can get an idea of what the murdered out, slight blue, half tattoo coming through. I like it, man. This shirt, really like how they didn't do the whole stitch work, how you had to undo it. You got to slip it on. And I just think it gives it a better overall fitment. And the torso too. Yeah, we ain't talking about that torso. That's the main reason why he's getting those Ultimate Edition arms, Ultimate Edition head scan. Can't wait to see what this one's going to work. But since we are talking about figure clothing, I want to keep this trend going, you guys, because I wanted to show you one of my CM Punk fix-ups. Now, All-Stars, that's going to be two different figures that you will need in order to get this all executed. The All-Stars edition was the only one that bring the yellow tights, so mixing it in with an Elite Series 16 Punk scan. Actually, there's a couple of head scans that you could use that, and then throw on one of the Stone Cold shirts. And I know some of you may be asking, like, dude, why the hell are you putting a Stone Cold shirt on a CM Punk? Well, if you know, you know, and if you don't know, go to the WWE Network. I think that will make a lot of sense. And since we are talking about some AEW, I want to show you guys a Kenny Omega that we discussed on the prior AEW full set review. And this, it just needed to play out, man. My Ortiz, my Santana, they're like, dude, when are you going to get it all get done? Well, it's happening right now, and that's right there with the whole street gear. Yes, that's what happened, sir. It was a simple pop-off. Anybody that has been playing around or doing fixes with the AEW figures, really, all you got to do is just pull it. You don't got to heat anything up. Inner swap that, and I love this, dude. This just works out really clean. Yes, it's just a solid black pants on a Kenny Omega, but when we found that one, that second one in the wild, I was like, dude, it's gotta happen, man. It needs to happen, and it finally happened. It's the holiday season. This is gonna be so cool. Once you guys see the whole action figure setup of the Christmas special, that Kenny Omega is gonna make a lot more sense. Now, Jungle Boy, yeah, this is kind of a late coming, but you know what? It needed to be crowned, and it's crowning right now, and that's gonna be with your boy Orange Cassidy. And no, you can't actually pull the hands inside the orange Cassidy pants, but I still like it, man. I think it works real well, and you know people were gonna do this. When they decided to put this on TV, they're like, you know people are gonna grab their orange Cassidy. They're gonna be doing some fix ski up skis, and that's the first thing that I wanted to do with this thing figure. I'm like, let me get this in hand. I want to see what WWE Mattel was bringing back then that AEW Jazzwares is bringing now. So I definitely want to get this all converted. And it, dude, desperately check this out. This desperately has to happen right now. If you look at the hair, if you look at the overall face paint, this man right here, he's seen better days, so I think once it gets all taken care of, it's going to make this AEW, it's just going to bring it so much to the whole different level that he needs to be at right now. Because as far as I'm seeing it, you guys, man should have retired. Love your Sting, but what's happening right now, yeah, some of that stuff shouldn't be happening. All right, DDP, let's talk about what we're doing with Mr. DDP in this video. So if you guys saw earlier, probably, I'm going to say going on a year and a half now, since you guys saw like the actual revealing of this head scan. This was long before Mattel actually wanted to get this done. So what I want to do is that I want to get my boy BEW's head scan over here onto the most recent Legends line. I want to check that out. And the last thing that I want to execute, well, technically two things, because both of them do require the whole True FX upgrade. We got some old Usi customs. If you guys remember, we did make these on the channel. This was a special formula that required something that really hasn't been done, at least during that time, because before it was a short thing. So if you wanted an Uso in like a current look, you couldn't get it. So I ended up actually going with the Mick Foley style of pants, but it's going to be the head scans, you guys. We need to get these swapped on right there onto my old black ear Usos. We're going to do that. We're going to do the Jeff Hardy, all that right now happening right here. So I say we get straight to it. Here we have all the fix-ups all done up. Now, if you guys did miss the last video, as far as the shirt, Jeff, yes, that was already done. So definitely go check out the content, because here it is. Here's the one with the shirt, and now we have them without the shirt. So before the match, after the match, both of them look really good, and you could actually mix around this whole idea really with a whole bunch of different Jeff Hardy gears. I just wanted to give you as to what you could do right here. If you wanted the Ultimate Edition, but you just were not a fan of what that whole style of torso had brought, and I do like this. I think this one just looks so much better, you guys. I mean, you guys already know how we felt about it, so having that full-on articulation, yes, that's the thing that's got to go down. Luckily, all of that was still able to be maintained, so you got to go ahead, got cut off part of the shoulder piece, the actual peg of it all. Once you do that, you'll get a perfect fitment on both the left and the right. What do you guys think about it? You guys prefer the shirtless, or do you guys prefer him with the shirt? You know what? I like both, and that's why we had to do both. Jeff Hardy, now you can finally be complete. You can go ahead and delete anybody from existence that told you weren't going to do anything after WWE. All right, so let's check out the Stinger. Now, I'm going to say for the AEW Jazzwares version, the Mattel one actually doesn't look bad. Yes, the whole face paint, it was all torn up, but what I'm saying, like, as far as the way that it sits on there, the way that the scale is actually proportionate with the actual torso, it is perfect from what I'm seeing. But when you put it onto the actual Mattel, I don't know, you guys, one of two things that I'm noticing. One, obviously, it's scaled up quite a bit. I think if the torso was a little bit more jacked up, which technically should have been done by Mattel during this time, this guy was freaking buffed, right? So the fact that he's not, and then the head scan is sitting on there kind of funny, I think that's my whole conclusion. I got to say, hands down, the Jazzware one looks a lot better than the Mattel version. All right, let's continue the trend, because DDP, BEW, both of them, they came with a bang. There it is. What do you guys think? You guys like the older scan? I actually like both. I think BEW did a pretty good job with what they had released during this era, and this was the mullet era. So what he had to do, obviously, rip off the hair. He had to completely mold all this from scratch, and you know what? I think it still works pretty good. Obviously, the headpiece is not going to be able to fit on there, but I do like that. Now, for them Usos, that Trash City that they were, oh, dude, they were so bad. I mean, no, I'm not talking about like their in-ring ability, but I'm saying these customs, the old head scans, they just were not good. So I think having the Battle Pack upgrade right there with the True FX, both of them, oh yes, and this was today's video, you guys, check this out. We got them Usis. We got that stinger. We got Jeff Hardy, not one, but two different Ultimate Edition versions, shirtless with the shirt. We got the Ultimate Farmer, Jeff Hardy back there. I mean, Jeff Hardy's all over the place, and rightfully so, right? I want to wish him nothing but the best. CM Punk, AEW, all that. Again, if you guys are stopping by for the first time, hit the subscribe button, drop a like. If you guys want to see Beastie Boy unleash on all these suckers, let's get it. Yeah!